Hey boys and girls, this is Dr. Rucker again, coming to you from the classroom. Wish you all were here with me. I miss you all so very much. I know I've started each video off this way, but I really do miss you all. Basically, I'm going to go over lesson 2. I know this is our third week of school, but this is the second lesson for our unit. For K through 2, you know, we're doing Freedom Express. Our last lesson, we talked about the different amendments, okay? This one we're going to focus on, in lesson 2, we're going to focus on Amendment 1, which talks about freedom of religion, okay? Our essential question, what you should know by the end of this class or the end of this lesson should be, or what you should be able to answer is, can religion be my choice? Can religion be my choice? Okay? Also, who is Richard Allen? And I want you to explain. We're going to talk about this guy, Richard Allen. So the materials you'll need is basically just your packet that you all have picked up that is in front of you. All right? So the first thing we're going to do is read about Richard Allen. And I want you guys to highlight important details, okay? You may also do additional research if you would like to obtain more knowledge, okay? So, and I see I have a typo here. Sorry. The first thing you should have is this packet, like this, that talks about Richard Allen. So I'm going to read this. Go ahead and follow along with me. Underline or highlight those key details. So it says Richard Allen. Richard Allen was born in 1760. He was born into slavery. Being a slave meant that he belonged to someone else. He would work for that person until he bought his freedom in 1780 when he was 17 years old.
Pardon the interruption, Mr. Sanders. You're needed in the coach's suites immediately, Mr. Sanders.
All righty. Mr. Sanders is needed in the coach's suite. Anyway, back to Richard Allen. In his free life, he was a minister at a church where people of all colors worshiped together. He decided to open his own church in 1816. Richard Allen also helped his community during yellow fever in 1793. And I have some vocabulary cards so you'll be able to understand what yellow fever is. And back then, it's actually similar to the times that we're in now with the pandemic. But the yellow fever was an epidemic that took place back in 1793. And we'll get into what actually it was, okay? Richard Allen's church became a stop on the Underground Railroad, where he and his wife helped other slaves escape to freedom. He also used his church as a school to teach others to read and write. Richard Allen was a writer, minister, educator, and leader. So, what I want you to do now is pause the video. I want you to refer back to this sheet here, to this underlined website. If you're able to, go onto YouTube, and I want you to put that link in. Or if you go to YouTube, search Fever 1793, Richard Allen, Apostle of Freedom. It's right on your packet sheet. Go ahead. I want you to pause the video and watch this video. Okay? Pause my video and watch this video. Okay? All right. Welcome back. So, what I want you to do is, after watching the video about Richard Allen and obtaining new knowledge about him, I want you to complete this graphic organizer. Okay? On the graphic organizer, I want you to list at least 5 facts that you've learned from either what we've read here on our sheet about Richard Allen, this sheet about Richard Allen, or what you gained from the video. So 5 facts about Richard Allen. And I want you to, for the feelings box, I want you to explain to me how you feel after, 1, learning about Richard Allen, and 2, knowing the things that took place during his time and his work. Tell me how watching that video made you feel. I want you to use 1 paragraph, okay, to tell me your feelings. Make sure you use proper grammar as well as complete sentences. And we know a paragraph is at least 5 sentences, okay? In the questions box, I want you to give me at least 2 or 3 questions that you have. And if you have more, that is okay too. The more the merrier. Add those questions to that box that you have about Richard Allen or about anything that took place during that time. And then in the ideas box, I want you to give me at least 1 or 2 ideas that came to your mind. What would you change? How would you have reacted? What would you have done differently in that ideas box? Okay? The next thing that we're going to do is the vocabulary hunt. So before you can complete the vocabulary hunt, what I want you to do is to flip that page over, and we have some vocabulary cards that look like this. Okay? So with those vocabulary cards, first we have slavery, work done under difficult setting with no pay, being under the control of another person. Freedom, having the power to act how you decide without others telling you what to do. Yellow fever, a sickness spread by mosquitoes that killed many people during the 1700s. And a lot of people died during that time. Founded to set up the first of its kind. Underground Railroad, a secret path under safe houses set up to help slaves get to freedom. Oppression, the act of treating people unfairly. Segregation, keeping groups of people apart. Discrimination, being mean to people just because they are different. Okay? So now that we've gone over the vocabulary, we've talked about the definitions, I want you to complete the vocabulary hunt. Okay? In this vocabulary hunt, we have slavery, and then we have a blank, done under difficult setting with no pay and being under the blank of another person. Basically, go back and use those vocabulary cards that I just went over to fill in the blanks to each of these for the vocabulary hunt. All righty. Once you've completed the vocabulary hunt, I want you to then complete the Richard Allen timeline. Okay, so here we have a graphic organizer. If you flip over, you have the cards that match with it. So the directions say, use the cards to create a timeline by putting the card in order by year. So just looking over the other four cards, the years we have are 1780, 1760, 1816, and 1793. So go ahead, and if you can't cut and paste those into this, you can write it. That's absolutely fine, okay? So if you have any other questions about this, feel free to contact me at ruckerad@fultonschools.org. Again, I miss you all so much. I hope I was able to thoroughly explain my expectations and what it is that you're supposed to do for this lesson. If I haven't, please contact me so that I can help you complete your assignments. Hope you guys are staying safe. Miss you so much and hope to see you all very soon. Talk to you later.